Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. The new year is shaping up to be very productive for the BRICS Plus bloc. Besides adding a group of nations as partners effective January 1st, Brazil just announced that Indonesia has formally become the full 10th member of the BRICS Plus bloc. Last month in December, you might recall Brazil's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mauro Vieira, stated that BRICS is approaching a level comparable to the G20 format. Currently, BRICS includes Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Russia, India, China, Brazil, and South Africa, and as of January of this year, it includes Indonesia. My subscribers would recall that last year, BRICS stated that they intended to, quote, take a pause on the issue of expansion. And of course, they offered interested countries the status of partner nations instead. Nevertheless, as of January 1st of this year, Indonesia and several other countries, including Belarus, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan, were granted the status of BRICS partners, and Indonesia has moved forward and is now a full member. By the way, Indonesia expressed its desire to join BRICS as early as 2010, when South Africa became a member of the organization, so it has been over a decade that it's shown consistent interest in the new alliance. During the recent annual BRICS summit in Kazan, Indonesia's representative expressed his country's readiness to join the BRICS bloc. Indonesia's membership is a significant and successful step for the Global South as it signals strong growth potential, multiple opportunities, continued expansion, and its growing appeal among the global majority, despite President-elect Donald Trump threatening to impose 100% tariffs on any country that dares to transact in a currency other than the United States dollar. I previously discussed why countries want to use local currencies, because it is better for them, it helps them save on foreign exchange rates, and so on and so forth. I've discussed that at length before. Nevertheless, President-elect Donald Trump would really like other countries to use the US dollar in order to support American economy and in order to increase the demand for the United States dollar and therefore for the influence of the country that holds the global reserve currency. In 2025, Brazil presides over the Alliance of Emerging Global Economies. Its president, Lula da Silva, previously stated that he had always questioned why the United States dollar should remain the global reserve currency and explained that currency multipolarity in international trade and investments is indeed the path forward, so he's fully on board as far as de-dollarization trend goes.
Eu toda noite me pergunto por que todos os países estão obrigados a fazer seu comércio lastreado no dólar. Por que nós não podemos fazer o nosso comércio lastreado na nossa moeda? Por que nós não temos o compromisso de inovar?
President Lula da Silva's government has said that its objective is the, quote, development of means of payment to facilitate trade between member countries. I think that this will be an interesting year ahead, and we will discuss that more in a separate video in the future. On Tuesday, January the 7th, Jakarta welcomed news in a statement. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Jakarta said in a statement that BRICS membership is a strategic step to improve the collaborations and cooperation with other developing nations, based on the principle of equality, mutual respect, and sustainable development. This achievement, they said, shows Indonesia's increasingly active role in global issues and commitment to strengthening multilateral cooperation to create a global structure that is more inclusive and fair. In addition to that, Jakarta gave full credit to Russia for facilitating and joining the bloc. Indonesia's candidacy, by the way, was initially endorsed by BRICS leaders back in August of 2023, but the country chose to postpone its formal joining the bloc until the formation of its newly elected government. Its new president, Subianto, took office in October. And in my opinion, that was a wise move. Argentina should have done the same thing, but of course that didn't happen, and we know what President Javier Milei did. Indonesia's membership, by the way, is a complete game changer. Besides being the world's fourth most populous nation, it is home to the largest population and economy in Southeast Asia. And that area of the world is becoming increasingly important in geopolitics. Indonesia ranks the 16th in GDP globally. Its full alignment with the aspirations of the global south has both economic and geopolitical implications, of course, although BRICS Plus, first and foremost, is an economic alliance, so it should not be confused with NATO-style membership, of course. And I know that many people seem to draw some parallels. However, in my opinion, that is not an accurate way to look at it. So Indonesia boasts strong cross-border ties with the founding members of the BRICS bloc already. For example, China is Indonesia's largest trading partner. The two countries' trade has been growing steadily over the past 5 years. China's total exports were in excess of $71 billion. This is as of 2022, the most recent data that I could find. And these are mainly exports of electronic products and engineering machinery to Indonesia. The bilateral trade between the two countries has been quite robust. Unlike China, Indonesia's exports to China are mainly focused on raw materials such as copper ore, gas, components, and chemicals. Besides the obvious cross-border trade and likely foreign direct investment benefits that Indonesia's membership brings to all involved actors, it's worth remembering that Southeast Asia has been in the focus from the perspective of Western powers enhancing their offensive posture towards the global South, primarily towards China and Russia. In mid-2022, Council on Foreign Affairs wrote a very interesting and quite telling piece explaining that the United States is clearly interested in the Indo-Pacific region using their own terminology because it is part of Western security interests. To that end, the CFR article discusses the so-called China challenge, quote unquote, although of course I'm sure that by now China must have grown sick and tired of repeating that it does not seek war, it wants peace and cooperation. The punchline in this CFR article is that there are Western leaders who believe that NATO has a role to play in bolstering deterrence in the Indo-Pacific and preventing Chinese adventurism, they call this, in the region. With that in mind, the Global South established a new official partner in the Southeast Asia region that is seeking to grow its economy by fostering cross-border ties, by fostering trade and investments, and creating a more just and equitable economic and financial global architecture. Sure, from a geopolitical perspective, this is yet another blow to the quickly disappearing and deteriorating world order where only one country had the final word, and we know what that country is. Multipolarity is indeed becoming an unstoppable force, especially in the face of the moral bankruptcy of the elites who don't shy away from breaking their own rules, claiming that their rules don't apply to them. Now, for Jakarta, what remains to be seen is if it can still maintain its friendship with the West. It will be really interesting to see how the United States and its Western allies react to such a development in Southeast Asia? That remains to be seen. At this time, there are more than 30 countries that have formally submitted applications to become full members of the BRICS Plus bloc. Among them are Turkey, Azerbaijan, and Malaysia. It is quite possible that we might hear more positive news soon, although from my perspective, Turkey's and Azerbaijani's memberships might not be in the cards just yet, but it does seem that Malaysia would be a logical next step towards the BRICS expansion. Let me know your thoughts on Indonesia joining the bloc. As always, I would love to hear from you and would love to hear your thoughts. If you are from Southeast Asia, please let us know what you think about this. We would love to hear from you. As always, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for watching the video. Remember to show your support. It goes a long way. Like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you back here soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.